All right, come on inside to the Drubner Center here on the campus at Post University in Waterbury, Connecticut. It is time for conference play to commence for Post University basketball. Today's opponent is Dominican University of New York. As we welcome you into the broadcast booth, friends, Griffin Cass on hand here on the CACC network. Glad you could tune in here on this Saturday afternoon in Waterbury, Connecticut. Dominican is in the black uniforms and Post is in the white uniforms. So conference play starting for Post basketball. Today's opponent is Dominican University of New York. The men's team will take the floor right after this one. Starting lineup for your Eagles. Let's take a look. It is the same starting five that Courtney Burns has gone to as of late, as it's Naj White off the drive, missed the lay, and we are underway here at Post University. Dee Stevenson, Naj White, Maya Klein, Trinity Bravo, Taina Pagan. That's the five for your Eagles. And for Dominican University of New York, it's their same starting five, but they will be without the services of number 24, Alexa Suarez. She is not playing here today for a reason that is not disclosed. So starting five for Dominican, it is Angelina DeMarsco, Ashley Schmidt, Kayla Howard, Chidinma Ndakaba, and Isabella Javier, the freshman. Stevenson off the drive. The scoop a little too strong on the lay. Rebounded by Ashley Schmidt. She pushes, finds Javier, a shooter in the right corner. Three ball too strong. Right there on the follow, it's Kayla Howard crashing the offensive glass and putting it back up and in. Maya Klein back up top. Bravo goes to the right side. It's White. Step back. Jump shot off right. DeMarsco, the rebound, the point guard, averages 9.3 points per game for Dominican. Dominican is head coached by Bill Diener. In his 14th season, it's stolen away by Bravo. The trailer is Klein. She lines up the three, and it's in and out. Eagles last game coming off of a loss at Mercy University, 66-50. They shot 1 for 15 from downtown in that game. As Stevenson pushes, slows it down. 90 seconds gone here in the first quarter. White will line up the three. Left wide open. DeMarsco off the board. Dominican comes into this one 2-5 overall, 0-1 in conference. They are the number 6 seed in the North Division in CACC. Eagles come into this one at 2-4 overall, as Howard pull up on the left side is way strong and Klein the rebound. Eagles 2-5, 2-4 overall. This is their first in-conference game. Pagan, mid-post, in the lane. Pagan, baby hook, right hand, banks it in, and the Eagles are on the board. 2-2 with 7:50 to play here in the first quarter. Taina Pagan, what a season she's had thus far, leading the CACC in rebounds, averaging 10.8 rebounds per game. Eagles force the turnover. Stevenson on the other end. Stevenson. Now White. White drives it, and she traveled. Picked up that pivot foot. 7:33 to play here in the first quarter. And these two matchups here today between the women's and the men's, huge games in the CACC. Both of these squads in the same division. Schmidt, dribble handoff. Howard. Javier. They work it around the perimeter. Javier sets for three, missed her last one, and can't connect on this one. It's Klein with the rebound, and the Eagles will push it with the game tied up at 2 apiece. Here is Bravo, crossing over right to left, finds Pagan off the cut. Pagan, bank shot, yes, and the harm. Taina Pagan, a three-point play opportunity. She has all 4 of the Eagles' points, and she is going to the foul line for one free throw for a three-point play opportunity. Eagles 4, Lady Chargers 2. As here is Pagan at the line, leading the CACC in rebounds per game at 10.8. Knocks down the free throw to complete the three-point play. And it's 5-2 Eagles here with 3 minutes gone in the opening quarter. Schmidt at the top of the key, trying to set up the Dominican offense. It's to the big inside, might have shuffled her feet. Missed the shot, however. Klein off the rebound, and now Stevenson off the push. White across the lane, left to right, floater, missed it, too strong. And DeMarsco off the board. DeMarco into the front court. Javier, 0 for 2 from downtown, and didn't have the confidence to shoot that one as we'll get our first substitution into the game. It is Lysandra Turner checking in for Maya Klein with 6:33 to play in the opening quarter, a 5-2 Eagles lead. Stevenson will run the point and orchestrate the offense here with the Eagles leading by 3. Stevenson, now Bravo. Pagan, backdoor, Bravo shot blocked. DeMarco off the board. Drive, pull up, cash. Defense, offense for Dominican. And it brings them within 1 off the DeMarco pull-up. Stevenson drive, missed the floater, and DeMarco off the rebound. The trailer is Howard. She shuffled her feet, and they get Howard for the travel. 5:59 to play here in the opening quarter. 5-4 lead for your Eagles. Howard, the leading scorer for Dominican, averaging 16 points per game for Bill Diener. Now Stevenson in the front court. Stevenson drive, brings it back out. Pagan resets with Turner. Stevenson tries the 3 on the left wing. Kaboom! Puts it up and through. D.D. Stevenson connects from the outside. Stevenson, 6 for 25 from downtown this season. She struggled from beyond the arc, but she gets her first to go right there. Schmidt draws the foul on the other end. They get Turner for the foul, and Schmidt will go to the foul line to shoot a pair here with 5.5 to play in the opening quarter. And Salah Kaupte will check into the game for the first time for your Eagles. Pagan will grab her first breather of the day. And here's Schmidt at the line. Schmidt averages 2.3 points per game for Dominican. In and out on the first of 2. Both teams struggling from the floor. Dominican 2 for 7. Post 3 for 11 as Schmidt gets the back end of 2. Goes 1 for 2 in that trip to the free throw line. 8-5 lead for the Eagles as they break the press. White quickly into the front court. Back out. Turner. Back to White. 1 more to Bravo. Bravo drives it and had her pocket picked. Schmidt off the steal. Schmidt. 1 more to the corner. Howard a 3. Howard knocks it down from the outside. Put it up and through. And we are tied up at 8 apiece here, nearing the midway point here in the opening quarter. White drive. Kaupte, right wing. Back up top. Bravo resets it. Illegal screen set by number 13 on the Eagles. Going the other way. Dominican ball with 4:58 remaining in the opening quarter. High-low action. Howard has it poked away, and Bravo off the steal. Now Stevenson the push. Has Turner running to her left. Her mid-range jump shot is through. Lysandra Turner gets her first bucket of the game off the bench. 4:35 remaining in the opening quarter. DeMarco, no hesitation off the 3. It is long. Kaupte tracks down the rebound. Now Turner the push. Bounce pass. White up top, Bravo. Post entry fee. Kaupte spins on the baseline. That's a nice move, but she smoked the lay. And Kaba down the lane. No resistance from the Eagles defense, but she missed the layup. Turner into the front court. Sees an opening. Puts it up high off the window and kisses it home. Lysandra Turner takes out her do-it-yourself kit and gives the Eagles a 4-point lead. Under 4 to play here in the opening quarter. Nice move. Schmidt carves inside and has an appointment with the rim. Scoops it in to bring the Lady Chargers within 2. High-low action. Foul on the post entry fee. They get Endicaba off the foul. We get first substitutions in here for Dominican. Tamia Nunez into the game now, and Keely Harrison both onto the court for the Lady Chargers. Endicaba and Schmidt will grab a seat under the basket out of bounds play here for the Eagles. Also, Amaya Santiago into the game for the first time for your Eagles, a former Canisius Golden Griffin. It's into Kaupte, hands it back off to Stevenson. Stevenson kicks it out. White drives, and Kaupte traveled. 3:34 remaining in the opening quarter. 12-10 lead for your Eagles. Both teams 1 for 4 from downtown. Dominican with 6 turnovers. Post with 3. Javier, the freshman, shares it. DeMarsco. Harrison takes Kaupte off the dribble. High off the window, you bet. Keeley Harrison wasting no time to get into the scoring column off the bench. Give her a deuce. Kaupte lines up the 3. It's out of play with 3:11 to play in the opening quarter. And we see Raquel Washington check into the game for the first time for your Eagles. Kaupte will grab a seat. Washington doesn't get too much time. She's only appeared in 4 games, logging 20 minutes. Get a foul away from the ball. That will go against the Eagles. And we're getting under the basket out of bounds play here for the Chargers. Klein checks back in. White to check out. Tied up at 12 here. 3:02 to play in the opening quarter. Get it in. DeMarsco, left wing. Harrison hits the deck. DeMarsco takes it off the drive, flips it up, couldn't flip it in. Turner off the board. Turner, Klein, fakes the 3, drives, Washington short corner J. Santiago, the offensive rebound, back up and in, plus a foul. Amaya Santiago with 3-point play opportunity with 2:45 remaining in the opening quarter. So Santiago at the line. She's appeared in all 6 games, averaging 11.8 minutes per game. And the former Canisius Golden Griffin lines up the free throw, connects to complete the 3-point play, give the Eagles a 3-point lead. Winding things down here in the opening quarter. Again, if you are just tuning in, the men's coming up next here at 3 p.m. The drive and the foul called on Turner. So the 5-1 Eagles taking on the 7-0 Dominican University. Right after this, that will be the men's following the women's. Here's Nunez at the foul line, shooting 2. Knocks down the first of 2. Tamia Nunez, a freshman from Worcester, Massachusetts, stands at 5'8", rattles home the second free throw. So Schmidt checks back in, Javier will check out. Dominican shows a full court press here. Santiago to inbound, gets it into Stevenson. Stevenson bounces it. Simmons, Klein, Stevenson, Washington, and Santiago. That's a 5 on the floor for the Eagles. Simmons fakes a 3, step back, long. Weak side rebound tracked down by Nunez. Now she pushes into the front court. Schmidt is right behind her. Schmidt sets for 3. Nunez back out. Pass deflected by Simmons, retrieved by Howard. Howard drive. Kick out. DeMarsco midi. Angelina DeMarsco has a beautiful pull-up. She's knocked down a few mid-range shots here. Schmidt pokes it away. DeMarsco ahead to Schmidt, ahead of the field. Smoke delay. Back up and in. Nunez, Dominican hitting the offensive glass, and Courtney Burns, the first-year head coach, wants a timeout with 1:44 remaining in the opening quarter. It's the Lady Chargers 18, the Eagles 15. You are watching Division II women's basketball here on the CACC Network. Coming out of the Courtney Burns timeout with 1:44 remaining in the opening quarter. Lady Chargers lead it by 3. 18-15. Kayla Howard leading the way for the Chargers with 7 points, 3 for 4 from the floor. Stevenson, Santiago, Klein, Washington, and Simmons. That's the 5 on the floor for your Eagles. Klein swings it. Stevenson drives it, shoots it, misses, got her miss. Brings it back out. Simmons a 3. Led the Eagles in three-point percentage last year, and she knocks down that one on the left wing and ties up the game at 18 apiece with 1:15 remaining in the opening quarter. DeMarco. Nunez drive, kick, and open. Schmidt, her 3 is off right. Simmons tracks down the rebound. Simmons running with numbers. Simmons takes it herself and misses the runner. And they say Howard was stepping on the baseline with 57.5 remaining on the game clock here in the first quarter. So being under the basket, out of bounds play for the Eagles. Stevenson to trigger. Stevenson gets it in. Klein drives it, fakes it. Now Stevenson, post entry feed to Washington. Fires the J, air ball. Now Nunez off the rebound. DeMarco drives it, pulls it. Santiago hauls in the rebound. DeMarco now 2 for 5 from the floor. And it's stolen away. Howard now ahead of the field, all alone. The layup good. And that gives the Chargers a 2-point lead. Shot clock turned off, so the Eagles, if they can get it into the front court here, can take the final shot of the quarter. Klein takes it to the top of the key. Inside, all alone, it's Santiago just camping out and laying it in off the left side of the window. Back and forth we go, tied up at 20 apiece here in the opening quarter. 6-5, it's kicked back out. Nunez drives it, back out Howard at the buzzer. And that takes us to the end of the first quarter. Tied up at 20 apiece after 1. Kayla Howard leading the way for Dominican with 9 points. Balance attack for the Eagles. Pagan and Santiago both with 5. You are watching Division II women's basketball here on the CACC network. We'll be back in just a moment. First quarter in the books between the Chargers and the Eagles. We are knotted up at 20 apiece. As we are getting ready for the start of the second quarter, Griffin Cass with you on hand here on the CACC network. Hope you are having a wonderful Saturday afternoon wherever you may be tuning in from. Dominican will start with it to begin the second quarter. It's Schmidt, Javier, Howard, Jordan Smith into the game now for the first time, and Nunez. That's the 5 on the floor for the Chargers. For the Eagles, it is Pagan, Klein, Stevenson, White, and Bravo. Starting 5 back on the floor for the Eagles. Smith takes it on the drive and has it rejected by Taina Pagan. Turner checks back in quickly for Klein. Jordan Smith into the game for the first time for Dominican, a sophomore, 6'2", the backup big for the Chargers. It's to Nunez on the right wing. She drives it with her left, pulls up in the lane, and throws up a brick. Stevenson off the rebound and the push. Stevenson back out. White thought about the 3. Gets the post entry feed to Pagan in the short corner on the right side. Bravo comes to get it, fakes the J, now fires. That's a tough shot, barely grazes the rim. Smith hauls in the rebound. Quickly ahead, the outlet pass to Javier, and she stumbles right into Turner, and we get a jump ball. It will be possession Eagles here with 9:06 remaining in the first half. And this is a rematch of the CACC championship game last year between the Eagles and the Chargers. Eagles went 21-10 last year. Overall, Stevenson fires the three. This one's short. Eagles also went 14-4 in the CACC last year. Here's Schmidt off the drive, the kick. It is Howard, sets for three. Put it up and through. Kayla Howard, yes sir, from the outside. Pagan leaking out all alone, rejected by Smith. So Pagan rejected Smith on the other end, and Smith returns the favor. It's triggered into Stevens. She's already made a three, and now going a little cold as Smith hauls in the rebound. We got a foul on the floor. It'll go against the Eagles with 8.5 remaining in the first half. 23-20 lead. Excuse me, no, they called a foul on Dominican. So I believe they get Javier for the foul. It'll remain with the Eagles. It's into Pagan, down low, baby hook right hand, a lot of contact and a late whistle. Pagan going to the foul line to shoot two. Pagan is 1 for 1 at the charity stripe here in this one. She completed the and one back in the first quarter. First of two is up and through for number 30. Pagan battles home the second free throw. 23-22, Dominican leads it as Schmidt sets up the offense, calls out a play. Eagles in a 2-3 defense here. They usually go to the zone as we get a foul on the post-entry feed. I believe they get White for the whistle. Howard draws the foul on the post-entry pass, so it'll be an under the basket out of bounds play here for Dominican. Ashley Schmidt will trigger under the basket. Looking for a friend, gets it in, Javier shovels it, Smith at the right nail. Puts her back towards Pagan, kicks it out, Nunez drives, pulls up, mid-range shot off left. Bravo climbs the ladder for the board and brings it into the front court. White all alone on the right wing, takes it inside, bounce past Pagan, back out Stevenson. A little over 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter. What a razzle-dazzle move by D.D. Stevenson, splitting the defense, getting to the cup, and finishing the lay. Beautiful moves. Smith, midi, left side, back iron. Pagan up high for the rebound, leading the CACC in rebounds per game. Bravo quickly ahead, Turner running the floor. Left-handed layup, yes sir. Eagles quickly getting out and running the floor. Beautiful job by Trinity Bravo setting up the nice dime. Now Schmidt, top of the key. Eagles leading it by 3 with 7:15 to play here in the first half. Howard takes it to the baseline, whips it back out. Schmidt lines up the three. And we get Trinity Bravo shaken up on the ground after the play. And Kaupte looks like she will check in for her. Courtney Burns perplexed on the Eagles sideline, wanting a foul call. So Bravo stays in the game. Kaupte checks out Stevenson here. 7:09 remaining in the first half. Turner, Kaupte, Bravo, Pagan, and White, the 5 on the floor for your Eagles. High-low action. Pagan kicks it out. Bravo, one more. White, one more into the corner. Nice movement here from the Eagles, but then they turned it over. Harrison off the interception. DeMarco kicks it, and we get a travel called on Isabella Javier. It took too many steps. Clock stopped at 6:43 in the first half. 3-point lead for your Eagles. DeMarco, Javier, Nunez, Harrison, and Smith, the 5 on the floor for Dominican. Now Bravo here on the right wing, back up top to White. White kicks it. Turner drives it. Back out Bravo. Coming up on 15 on the shot clock here. Kaupte one-on-one, nice move. Missed the layup, gets it back, kicks it out. Sets the screen, Bravo, back to her. Nice movement. They get a wide open Lysandra Turner. She takes a step inside, couldn't get the fortuitous roll. Ball knocked out of play. Last touch by Dominican with 6:12 remaining here in the first half. Turner to inbound under the basket. And for the first time, we see number 31, Delana Taylor, check in for the first time. A sophomore, 6'1", a front court player. Into Bravo, back up and in. Trinity Bravo, nice job sealing the body down low and finishing. 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Eagles lead it by 5. Nunez drives it, pulls it, in and out. Harrison had it stripped by Bravo. Bravo throws it to White ahead of the field. They catch up to her. White flips it up. Javier off the rebound. Now Dominican looks to push. Javier, the trailer is DeMarsco. She lines up the three. That one went over the basket. The ref should have called that out of play as Simmons and Stevenson checks back in for the Eagles. It'll be Turner and White to grab a seat. So 5 on the floor for your Eagles. Bravo, Kaupte, Pagan, Simmons, and Stevenson. Nunez, Taylor, Harrison, Javier, and DeMarsco, the 5 on the floor for the Chargers. It's into Javier. That's a beautiful effort there by Trinity Bravo. She was stepping on the baseline, so not able to save it as Santiago checks in for Bravo. But what a nice job there by Simmons, giving the effort to Courtney Burns as Nunez will inbound it under the basket. We get an offensive foul called on the Lady Chargers. They get Taylor for the whistle. Foul away from the ball. 5:34 remaining in the first half. Eagles will take over, leading by 5. So play resumes. Stevenson brings it into the front court, met by DeMarsco. Moves to her right. Stevenson tries to go back door. Now gets it to Santiago. It's over to Simmons on the left wing. Simmons in some trouble, needs a friend, and has Kaupte. But DeMarsco with the theft. DeMarsco one-on-one with Stevenson, flips it up, wild shot, and they get her for the travel. 5:09 remaining here in the first half. Eagles ball off the DeMarsco turnover. Stevenson brings it into the front court. Pass goes right through the hands and legs of Santiago. Tough break there for the Eagles. Dominican ball off of the turnover. Good substitution here. Kayla Howard, the team's leading scorer, will check back in for Nunez with 5:03 remaining in the first half. 5-point lead for the Eagles. Javier will run the point. Eagles in a 2-3. Javier takes it on the baseline. Javier, nice drive. Beautiful take to the basket by Isabella Javier, but Pagan's running the floor, and the Chargers don't get back. Harrison a little slow getting back. Pagan takes full advantage and finishes on the other end. DeMarsco drive, pull up, tough shot, rebounded by Stevenson. Stevenson pushes it into the front court. The trailer is Santiago. Stevenson didn't initially see her. It's out to Simmons, 3-ball, yes sir! Tishane Simmons talking that talk to the crowd after she knocks down the 3. Give the Eagles an 8-point lead. And Simmons gets on the board. Excuse me, no, now she has 6 points. She's 2 for 3 from downtown as they get the Eagles for a foul. I believe, yes, Kaupte called for the whistle. Raquel Washington will check back in here with 4:03 remaining in the first half. And for Dominican, Schmidt checks back in. Harrison checks out. Under the basket, out of bounds play here for Dominican. So Pagan and Washington on the floor together. This is the first time I've seen that all season. Interesting lineup here by Courtney Burns. Stevenson, good hands. Knocked out of play. So side out for Dominican. It'll be Schmidt to inbound in the left corner. Gets it in, Howard, and she is fouled with 3:58 remaining in the first half. So under the basket, out of bounds play here for the Chargers. It's into DeMarsco, up top to Howard, the only player in double figures. She's got 12, give her 14. Kayla Howard, nice scoop and score. Stevenson on the other end, quick pull. It's off the mark as it rims in and out. Now Schmidt ahead, throws the lob pass almost to Howard, saves it in play, but right to Washington. Washington tiptoeing the line. Now Santiago will slow it down. 3.5 to play here in the first half. Eagles cushioning a 6-point lead. Stevenson calls out the shots, sets up the play. Simmons on the right wing. Simmons gets it to Pagan off the roll. She tried to get it to her, it was out of her reach. And that goes out of play. White and Bravo check back in. Pagan and Santiago check out. 5 on the floor for your Eagles. It is White, Simmons, Stevenson, Bravo, and Washington for Dominican. Schmidt, Howard, DeMarsco, Taylor, and Javier. Here's Bravo off the steal. Threw it right into her hands. Bravo quickly ahead. Simmons and White run into each other. A little discombobulated on the other side of the floor. Stevenson, drive, kick out. Bravo now takes it strong to the basket and draws the foul. Couldn't make the layup, but she's going to the foul line to shoot a pair here with 2:55 remaining in the second quarter. Get a substitution in here. For the first time we see Daisha Simmons, number 2 in black for Dominican. Bravo connects on the first of 2. Trinity Bravo averages 26.5 minutes per game. Played in all 7 games, started in 6, knocks down both free throws to give the Eagles an 8-point lead once again. Javier running the point, setting up the play for Dominican. Dangerous pass. Nice take on the other end. Daisha Simmons off the bench, has a lot of energy, and quickly takes it to the basket, wasting no time to get involved here. She'll go to the foul line to shoot 2. As Klein checks in for White with 2:44 remaining in the first half. Here is Simmons at the foul line for Dominican. Simmons off. Bravo quickly ahead. Klein, left nail, pull up. Got it. Maya Klein, so smooth, never in a rush. Gets her shot right there, and the Eagles have their largest lead of the first half. It's into double figures now, 37-27. Javier left wing, bounce pass now. Simmons top of the key. Crossover. Picks up her dribble, now 16 points per game. Kayla Howard off the drive. It's going the other way. Trinity Bravo, draw that charge. And she is shaken up after the play. Gets helped up by her teammates. Santiago and Pagan looking to check back in for the Eagles. 2:13 to play here in the second quarter. Bill Diener not happy with the official on the other side. On the floor now for the Eagles, Santiago, Pagan, Klein, Bravo, and Stevenson. The 5 on the floor for your Eagles. Schmidt looking to check back in for Dominican. She will sub out Simmons. DeMarsco, Javier, Howard, Taylor, and Schmidt, the 5 on the floor for Dominican. 2:13 remaining here in the first half. Stevenson will bring it into the front court down the middle. Moves to her right. Lazy pass goes off of the hands of Klein, out of bounds. Turnover there by the Eagles with 2:02 remaining in the first half. Dominican ball trailing by 10. Nice defense. Trinity Bravo has been all over the hardwood here thus far. Schmidt at the line, missed the first of two. Left that one short. Pagan off the rebound, and now Stevenson will push it into the front court. Stevenson, drive, kick out. Bravo takes it inside. I couldn't tell if that was a pass or a shot. It almost looked like it was a pass, but it's off of Bravo. So turnover there by the Eagles. 95 seconds remaining here in the first half. Javier, kick out, dangerous pass. DeMarsco tracks it down near the timeline. Bounces it. Javier on the right wing, back up top, Smith. 10 on the shot clock. DeMarsco makes her move. Howard, mid-range pull-up. Pagan and Bravo fighting for the rebound. It's Bravo with the rebound now. Santiago on the drive, kicks it out. Klein, the sharpshooter, a three. Maya Klein is the team's leading scorer coming into this one at 10.7 points per game. Shoots it at a 36% clip from downtown. Howard inside, left-handed layup, drew the foul. Kayla Howard here at the foul line with her team trailing by 17. 14 points on the game, make it 15 as she knocks down the first of two. Simmons checks back in for Schmidt. 5 on the floor for Dominican. Howard, Javier, Simmons, DeMarsco, and Smith for the Eagles. Stevenson, Bravo, Pagan, Santiago, and Klein. Howard, give her 16 on the game. Splash on both free throws. Washington subs out Bravo. Seeing a lot of Raquel Washington here in here today. Again, only coming into this one, only 20 minutes logged on the season. Averages 5 minutes per game in 4 games played. Stevenson gets fouled in the backcourt, trying to bring it into the front court with 46.4 seconds remaining. In the first half, Stevenson will shoot a 1-and-1 with the Eagles in the bonus. Stevenson knocks down the first, comes into this one, shooting 75% from the line, 15 for 20, third on the team in points per game at 9.2. The 5'2" point guard D.D. Stevenson knocks down both free throws. 42-29, winding things down here in the first half. 40 seconds to play. Javier on the left wing. Met by Stevenson. Javier kicks it out. And now Simmons, a little discombobulated, back out. DeMarsco, pass deflected out of bounds by Klein. 13 on the shot clock, 29.2 on the game clock here in the second quarter. Simmons will inbound on the sideline in the corner. It's in to Howard inside. Oh, that's a nice shot. Kayla Howard put it up and through. Give her 18 on the game. She is cooking here in the first half. 18 first half points for Howard. She averages 16 on the season, so already she's eclipsed her season average. Here's Stevenson. Drive, pull, it back out. Simmons off the steal, ahead of the field. Almost missed the layup at the horn. That will do it for the first half. It is the Eagles 42, the Chargers 31. Halftime coming up as it is Kayla Howard leading things for Dominican with 18 first half points. No Eagles in double figures. It's Taina Pagan leading the way with 9 points. Halftime coming up. We'll be joined here for the second half in 15 minutes on the CACC network. All right, here we go. We welcome you back inside to the Drumner Center here on the beautiful campus at Post University in Waterbury, Connecticut. Start of the second half. Griffin Cast with you on hand here on the CACC network. Eagles lead it by 9. Heading into the second half, 42-33. Commanding lead for the Eagles, but they are going to need to watch out for Kayla Howard. She had 18 first half points for Dominican, leading the way for the Chargers. No one else really contributed a whole lot. You had Angelina DeMarsco with 4 points. As we are out of the break, start of the second half here. Dominican and Post. Starting 5 back on the floor for both teams. Javier drives it, lays it up with the left hand, and that's how the scoring opens up for Dominican here in the second half. Isabella Javier, a drive and scoop. Now it's to White up top. White, bounce pass, Pagan, cross-court pass to Stevenson. Stevenson finds Bravo, didn't want the 3 in the left corner, tried to fire the bullet. Now it's into the hands of Klein, and we get a kickball violation going against the Chargers with 9:26 remaining here in the third. Under the basket, out of bounds play here for the Eagles. Stevenson, Pagan, Klein, Bravo, and White. The 5 on the floor for your Eagles. For Dominican, DeMarsco, Howard, Schmidt, Endicaba, and Javier. The 5 for the Chargers. Klein, drive in some trouble, needs a friend, has Pagan, pass inside to Bravo. And that's how the Eagles get on the board here in the second half, back to a 9-point lead. Gives Trinity Bravo 6 points on the game. She is 2 for 5 from the floor. DeMarcos, jumper off the mark, rebound tapped around and fought for and won by Javier. Schmidt, top of the key. Drives it. DeMarsco had it taken away. Pagan. Now it's quickly at Klein. Hesitates. Goes inside. Tied up with Javier. And we get a jump ball. It'll be possession Eagles. With 8:36 remaining in the third, Lysandra Turner sees her first action of the second half. She subs out Klein. And she will inbound it under the basket here. 24 on the shot clock. Eagles cushioning a 9-point lead. Turner inbound to Bravo. Now Stevenson, met by DeMarsco, takes her off the drive and she gets fouled by Howard. That foul will be on the floor. Excuse me, no, free throws. They say it was in a shooting motion, so it'll be 2 free throws here for Dee Stevenson. She's 2 for 2 from the line here in the game. Comes into this one, shooting it at a 75% clip. First of 2 is up and good for Stevenson. That gets the Eagles back to its largest of the game. It's at 10 now, 45-35. Excuse me, no, the largest of the game was at 13 as Stevenson connects on both free throws. 46-35, Eagles with an 11-point lead, 8:25 remaining here in the third. Schmidt takes it on the other end. Schmidt drives it with her left. Euro step, layup. Oh, that's a nice take. Ashley Schmidt. Now White drive, kick out. Bravo takes it inside. Nice dime. It's Pagan wide open under the basket for the lay. And now Pagan into double figures. Give her 11 points on the game. A little over 2 minutes gone here in the third. Schmidt will tee up a 3. Turner, rebound and push. Kick out. Stevenson alone. Now met by Javier. Stevenson hesitates. Kick out. Bravo, step back. Inside. Didn't have a friend there. That will go out of play. Last touch by Bravo. Dominican ball with 7:40 remaining in the third. An 11-point lead for your Eagles. Javier, 4 points in the game. Dribble handoff to Howard. Howard gets it inside. Back out Javier, a 3. Short. Howard off the offensive rebound. Back up and got whacked on her way to the 10. Pagan blocked it. And they get Pagan for the foul, however. Questionable call there, but it'll be Howard going to the foul line to shoot 2 here with 7:25 remaining in the third. Howard is 2 for 2 from the charity stripe here in this one. This will be her second trip of the game. Howard, a Naugatuck native, stands at 5'9", a sophomore. Knocks down the first of 2. One more coming up here for number 13. It's up, and it's off. 1 for 2 in that trip to the line for Howard. Give her 19 points on the game. Lead still remains at double digits for your Eagles. Now Stevenson back up top. Turner swings it one more to White. Pagan back up top. One more. Stevenson, 3. Hit out of bounds. Last touch by Schmidt. It'll remain with the Eagles with 20 on the shot clock. As Nunez checks back in for the first time here in the second half, she will sub out Schmidt. And it'll be an under the basket out of bounds play here on the right side of the goal. Turner to inbound. Gets it into Stevenson. Stevenson, a 3. Yes, sir. Put it up and through. D.D. Stevenson connects from the outside. Stevenson now into double figures with 12. She is 2 for 4 from downtown. Javier drives, scoop, missed it. Pagan and Bravo fighting for the rebound. And now Turner will race it into the front court. Stevenson just hit one from there, kicks it back out. White, one more to Turner. Mid-range shot, put it up and through. Lysandra Turner forces Bill Diener to call a timeout. The lead has ballooned to its largest of the game. It's at 15. Eagles 53, Chargers 38, 6:22 remaining in the third. Coming out of the timeout with 6:22 remaining here in the third. The lead has ballooned to its largest of the game. It's at 15 for your Eagles, 53-38. Dee Stevenson leading the way with 12 points. Taina Pagan follows her with 11 points. 2 Eagles in double figures. Kayla Howard leading the way with 19 points for Dominican. Nunez, Schmidt, DeMarsco, and Kudaba and Howard, the 5 on the floor for Dominican. Number 44 tries the shot. It's off left. And we get a foul on the floor called against the Eagles with 6:06 remaining here in the third. Again, just a reminder, the men's team coming up next here following this one. The men's at 5-1. They'll be taking on Dominican, who is 7-0. That should be a fun one. As Simmons checks back in, White will check out. Endicaba looking for it. DeMarsco takes it inside, missed the lane, but she got fouled on her way to the tin with 6:01 remaining here in the third. So DeMarsco will shoot a pair here. Her first trip of the game. She's got 4 points, 2 for 8 from the floor. She knocked down her first 2 jump shots, but hasn't connected on a field goal since. Connects here at the line on the first of 2. free throws up and good for DeMarco. 13-point game. Nice trap in the backcourt. Turner trying to get out of it, and she traveled. So nice press there by Dominican. Courtney Burns not happy on the sidelines. Pretty irate, I would say. Side out for Dominican. Trailing by 13, still plenty of time left here in this one. A little under 6 minutes remaining here in the third. This will be a big three if it goes down. It does not. Schmidt off the offensive rebound. Almost had it poked away by Stevenson. But now Schmidt retrieves it near the timeline and is fouled. 5:38 remaining here in the third. We'll get a timeout here on the floor. Eagles 53, Chargers 40 with 5:38 remaining here in the third. You are watching Division II women's basketball here on the CACC network. .538 remaining in the third. We welcome you out of the timeout here. Dominican ball will be a side out on the floor for Dominican. Endicaba, Schmidt, Howard, Nunez, and DeMarco. For the Eagles, Simmons, Santiago, Pagan, Turner, and Stevenson. The 5 on the floor for your Eagles. 5.5 to play here in the third. DeMarco drive, floater. Too strong off glass. Pagan off the rebound. Now Stevenson into the front court. Stevenson, the trailers. Pagan, one more to Santiago. Her 3, back iron. Schmidt hauls in the rebound. Coming up on the midway point here in the third. Eagles a 13-point lead. Endicaba in the lane. Backing down Pagan. Nice defense there from Pagan. Flips it up. Nope. Schmidt off the rebound. Back out Howard. And Turner with the weak side rebound. Turner kicks it out. Simmons fakes a 3, and she traveled. Clock stopped at 4:47 here in the third. Bravo and Kaupte check back in. Simmons and Pagan check out. Schmidt at the controls. Running the point for Dominican. Schmidt gets inside, drew some contact, and she will be going to the foul line to shoot 2 here with 4:35 remaining in the third. Excuse me, no, they say the foul occurred before the shot. Nope. They are in the bonus, so it'll be some free throws here for Schmidt. As Klein will check back in, Turner will check out. Santiago, Kaupte, Stevenson, Bravo, Klein, the 5 on the floor for your Eagles. Nunez, Endicaba, Schmidt, Howard, and DeMarco, the 5 for the Chargers. First of 2 is too strong from Schmidt. Schmidt gets the back end of 2, goes 1 for 2 in that trip to the free throw line. A 12-point game. Dangerous pass, it's caught by Klein, and now the Eagles bring it into the front court. Stevenson drives it, mid-range pull-up, kaboom. D.D. Stevenson in her bag this game. Having a great game offensively, 14 points. Endicaba takes it across the lane left to right and finishes the lay. Stevenson on the other end, back out Bravo. She drives it and miscalculated that jump right there, did Bravo. Washington will sub out Kaupte here with 4:04 remaining in the third, 55-43. The Eagles lead it. Schmidt takes it into the front court. met by Stevenson. Endicaba traveled. We've had so many travel calls here in this one. These players just not doing a good job of keeping their pivot. Looking at the turnovers, 15 turnovers for both teams. Got a large number. Stevenson, catch and shoot three. Put it up and through. D.D. Stevenson, a flamethrower here today. She can't miss from downtown. Schmidt will fire from downtown, the answer. Ashley Schmidt, cool, calm, and collected, connects from downtown. Washington, back out Santiago. He's working around the horn. Klein, step back triple, banks it in. The bank is open on a Saturday, and one of our officials takes a spill on the far sideline. 61-46, Eagles lead it. Coming up on 3 minutes to play in the third. Long shot by Endicaba. Offensive rebound by Howard, back up and in, plus the foul. Kayla Howard with a spectacular move. And she is going to the foul line for a three-point play opportunity. Able to finish that through the contact with the left hand. What a move by Howard. Can't connect on the free throw. So the three-point play not converted. Stevenson top of the key. Washington short corner, backdoor inside Santiago. Back out to the hot hand, Stevenson. Couldn't knock that one down. Santiago, offensive rebound, back up. Couldn't connect on the J, the weak side rebound by Endicaba. Now DeMarsco. Fumble the handle initially, takes it all the way on the other side and finishes through rush hour traffic. DeMarsco a three-point play opportunity. And just like that, Dominican back within 11. This free throw could bring them within 10. DeMarsco knocks down the free throw to complete the three-point play, a 10-point game. 2.5 to play here in the third. Stevenson, Bravo, Santiago, Klein, Washington, the 5 for the Eagles. Klein, right wing, back up top, Santiago, over here to Stevenson. Stevenson drives, and we get an offensive foul. They call Trinity Bravo for the illegal screen. Turner, Simmons, Pagan back onto the court for the Eagles. Santiago, Stevenson, and Washington will grab a seat with 2:18 to play here in the third. 61-51 lead for the Eagles. Schmidt will bring it into the front court, met by Turner. Now Nunez, high-low action with Endicaba. Leans in, flips it up, too strong. Turner off the rebound and the push. Turner out to Klein. Bravo, high-low action into Pagan. Now Turner, long two, you bet. .145 remaining here in the third. Schmidt drive, scoop, too strong on the lay. Pagan off the rebound, had it taken away by Endicaba, and she lays it back up and in. Defense, offense, quickly for Dominican, brings them back within 10 with 90 seconds remaining here in the third. Bravo. Nice look. It was deflected out of bounds by Endicaba. Now being under the basket out of bounds play here for the Eagles. Turner to inbound with 1:24 remaining here in the third. Turner gets it in. Klein needs a friend, has Simmons. Simmons one more to Bravo. Bravo takes it inside, kicks it out. Simmons sets it up for three. Turner tracks down the rebound. Back out Klein, her three, swatted by Howard. Out of play, Kayla Howard says no, no, no on the three. Stevenson checks back in, Turner checks out. Bravo to inbound here on the sideline. 1:07 remaining in the third. Eagles lead it by 10. Bravo to trigger. Gets it into the 5-2 guard. Stevenson puts it up with one at the horn, and it's been that kind of game for D.D. Stevenson. Unbelievable shooting display by the 5'2" guard from Hartford, Connecticut. Gives Stevenson 20 points. She is 4 for 7 from downtown. Unbelievable performance from D.D. Stevenson. She struggled from 3 all season long. 6 for 25 coming into this one, and she's shooting it at a 4 for 7 clip here today. Bravo off the rebound. Tried to take it right at Howard. Threw it out of play intended for Klein. Klein and Bravo not on the same page. Howard, crossover right to left. Left-handed scoop, left it short. Bravo rebounds it. Eagles can slow it down and take the final shot of the third quarter. 7 seconds on the game clock. Stevenson has had the hot hand. 20 points here in this one. Has that one poked away. Endicott fires it up at the horn, and that will do it for the third quarter. Eagles take a 13-point lead heading into the fourth and final quarter. You are watching Division II women's basketball here on the CACC Network. Fourth and final quarter getting set to start here at the Drubner Center on the beautiful campus here at Post University in Waterbury, Connecticut. Eagles cushioning a 13-point lead, trying to protect their lead. The other team, Dominican, trying to mount the fourth quarter comeback. Still plenty of time left in this one. Looking at our leading scorers for both teams, it is D.D. Stevenson with the hot hand for your Eagles. 4 for 7 from downtown. She has 20 points. And for Dominican, it is Kayla Howard with 21 points, 8 for 13 from the floor. For the Eagles, it's their starting 5 to begin this fourth quarter. Stevenson, Bravo, White, Pagan, and Klein. For Dominican, Schmidt, DeMarsco, Endicott, Howard, and Nunez. The 5 for the Chargers. Endicott puts it up and through from the short corner on the right side. For the mid-range J, brings Dominican within 11. Klein, the drive. Needs a friend, has Pagan. Now Stevenson. Down the right side of the lane. Back out, Klein. Step back, thought about the 3. Klein needs a friend, back out Bravo. 5 on the shot clock. There's still some time, and Bravo gets fouled in the lane with 9:19 remaining in the fourth quarter. The shot clock from 4 will reset to 20. So the Eagles get bailed out a little bit there. Stevenson gets it in. Klein lines up the 3, rattles it home. Maya Klein on a downtown hit. She is 3 for 5 from 3 here in this one. Endicott across the lane, missed the Baby hook. Now Stevenson. Drive, in and out dribbling. Back out, Bravo. Step back, 3 ball. Banks it in. Trinity Bravo pleading with the ball to go in, and she gets her wish. Eagles lead now up to 17. A dominant performance from the Eagles in their first CACC game of the year. Reverse layup missed by Schmidt. White off the rebound. White inside, Pagan. Baby hook, right hand, nice move. Almost got the and one, but she's going to the foul line to shoot a pair. Pagan, 11 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Connects on the first of 2. There is 8.5 remaining in the fourth quarter. This one has turned into a little bit of a blowout here as Pagan back iron on the second free throw. No one boxing out on the Chargers side, and White comes away with the rebound. Santiago inside to Pagan. Needs a friend, has Stevenson. 7 on the shot clock. Stevenson splits the D, lost the handle. Howard off the steal. Howard drives, layup, good. Kayla Howard, give her 23. Stevenson inside to Pagan, and it bounced off of Pagan's hand out of play with 7:59 to play here in the fourth. 16-point lead for the Eagles, 73-57. Schmidt, DeMarsco, Endicaba, Nunez, and Howard, the 5 on the floor for the Chargers. Handoff action. Howard tries to draw the contact, flipped it up out of bounds. And the Dominican fans not happy at the no call. As Simmons checks in for Klein on the Eagles side. 7:46 to play here in the fourth. Stevenson, Santiago, White, Simmons, Pagan, the 5 on the floor for your Eagles. Stevenson calling out the shots on the offensive end. DeMarsco checks her. Stevenson, post-entry feed to Pagan on the left block. Pagan goes right at Endicaba. Baby hook, right hand. Couldn't get the fortuitous roll. Simmons with the offensive rebound. Back out to White, who goes across the lane, left to right, pulls up the shot, back iron. Gets her miss, back up. And she is going to the foul line to shoot 2, is White. Foul goes on Endicaba with 7:16 to play here in the fourth quarter. So White will be going to the foul line to shoot a pair, her first trip of the game. White has not connected on a field goal yet, 0 for 5 from the floor. First of 2 from the line, up and good. Give White 3 points now. Naj White, a 5'6" junior from Hartford, Connecticut. White gets both free throws to fall. Washington checks out Santiago. 75-57. Excuse me. Schmidt will run the point. Endicaba got pushed by Pagan. Foul goes on the floor with 7:02 to play here in the fourth. It will be an under the basket out of bounds play here for Dominican. Nunez to trigger on the left side of the baseline. Nunez gets it in. Howard puts it up, and she traveled. Shuffled her feet a little bit too much. 6:59 remaining here in the fourth. Stevenson with the post-entry feed to Pagan. She got fantastic positioning and lays it up and in. Taina Pagan, give her 14. Timeout, Dominican. Eagles lead at its largest of the game. It's at 20, 77-57 with 6:43 remaining here in the fourth. You are watching Division II Women's Basketball here on the CACC Network. Coming out of the timeout, 6:43 remaining here in regulation. Eagles with a commanding 20-point lead coming out of the timeout. Washington, Simmons, Pagan, White, and Stevenson, the 5 on the floor for the Eagles. So Washington and Pagan on the floor once again for the same at the same time. Something we haven't seen through the first 6 games a whole lot of. Now Schmidt, hounded by Simmons. Drive and kick, one more to the corner, Nunez a 3. Nunez's first made 3-pointer of the game. That was also the first one she's taken. Pagan battling inside, baby hook with the right hand, off the mark. Howard drives it on the baseline, got the step, missed the lay. Nunez couldn't follow it up and in. Now Simmons on the other end. T-Shanae Simmons drives it into 2 Chargers and drew the foul. DeMarsco picks up the personal. And it will be Simmons going to the foul line to shoot 2. Simmons got the first of 2 to fall. T-Shanae Simmons, 7 points, 2 for 5 from the floor. Her first trip at the free throw line. Connects on both. Turner checks in for White. 5:54 to play here in the fourth quarter. 19-point lead for your Eagles. And Kaupte will also check in for the Eagles. She will sub out Pagan. Might be the last time we see Dee Stevenson and Taina Pagan. Pagan with 14 points, 6 rebounds. Stevenson with 20 points and 5 assists. Schmidt brings it into the front court. 5:45 to play here in the fourth quarter. Endicaba inside. Nice positioning. Tough shot. Off glass. No problem. 5:35 remaining here in the fourth. 79-62 lead for the Eagles. White, nice drive, foul line pull-up. Simmons drives it, gets her miss on the ground. And Simmons looks like she hit her head pretty hard on the ground there. Clock stopped at 5:16 here in the fourth quarter. Turner, Simmons, Washington, Kaupte, and White, the 5 on the floor for the Eagles. So under the basket, out of bounds play here for the Eagles. Turner will inbound under the basket. Gets it into Simmons. Post entry feed to Washington. Back up top to Kaupte. Kaupte needs a friend, has Turner the runner. Tried to get it off glass, no good. Fight for the rebound, we get a jump ball, possession Dominican. 5:04 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And if you're just tuning in, the men's coming up next right here after the conclusion of this one. They will also be facing against Dominican. The Dominican men's basketball team 7-0. Post men's basketball is 5-1. That should be a really fun one. Coming up next right here at the conclusion of this one. But for now, Post University women's basketball with a dominant performance here in their first in-conference game of the season. That one goes off of Dominican. Eagles ball with 4:49 remaining here in the fourth. This is a 42nd all-time matchup between the Eagles and the Chargers. Eagles 12-29 overall. The last matchup was March 5th, 2023, where the Chargers won 63-54. The first matchup was on January 1st, 2001, where the Chargers won 54-45. And Dominican comes into this one 2-5 overall, 0-1 in conference. Eagles come into this one at 2-4 overall. And we will take a timeout here on the floor. 4:33 remaining in the fourth when we return here on the CACC Network. So coming out of the timeout, Kayla Howard at the foul line. Howard in this one, a dominant showing, 23 points. Make it 24 as she knocks down the first of two from the charity stripe. Howard in 33 minutes, 9 for 16 from the floor. She connects on both free throws to give her 25 points. Stevenson turns it over. Nunez back up and in. Still time in this one, 13-point game. 4:20 remaining in the fourth. Bravo fouled as soon as she crosses the timeline. 4:22 to play here in the fourth quarter. It'll be a side out on the far side. Klein checks in for Simmons. Starting five except for White on the floor for the Eagles. It is Stevenson, Bravo, Pagan, Turner, and Klein. Eagles in the bonus, so it'll be Trinity Bravo shooting at the foul line. 2 free throws here for Bravo. First of 2 is up and too strong. Bravo here in this one, 9 points, 3 for 6 from the floor in 23 minutes. Bravo gets the back end of 2. Three put up and through. Ashley Schmidt knocks it down from the outside. Chargers within 11. And that one knocked out of play. They say last touch by the Chargers, but it should have been last touch off of Stevenson. It hit off of her foot before going out of play. So Eagles catch a break there with the call. 4:04 remaining in regulation. Klein. Now Turner will slow it down. Under 4 minutes to play in regulation. Bravo back up top, Pagan. This one not over yet. Eagles need to finish this one out. What a dime. It is D.D. Stevenson firing a bullet inside, and Klein banks it in off the right side of the window. What a pass there from Stevenson. Doing it all, 20 points and setting up her teammates as Howard draws the foul on the other end of the floor with 3:36 remaining in the fourth quarter. 82-69 lead for your Eagles. Howard connects on the first free throw. Give her 26 now. She's 6 for 8 from the foul line here in the game. Howard off left on the second. Turner climbs the ladder for the board and needs to get it into the front court. Trapped over to Bravo. Bravo turns it over. And Dominican fouled quickly by Turner with 3:27 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Dominican men's basketball team over there on the other end of the court near the student section getting ready to take the floor and warm up before they will face off against the 5-1 Post University Eagles. That will be a really fun matchup. 7-0 Dominican versus 5-1 Post. And that one tips off right after this one. Both teams will need some time to warm up and get their legs loose. Right now, if we can resume play, we will get to the men's game. So, side out for Dominican. Here on the left sideline in the front court, Nunez to trigger. Gets it into Schmidt momentarily. Klein takes it away. Big steal for the Eagles. And now the clock is in their favor, so they can just sit on it and get a great shot. Stevenson, 15 on the shot clock, 3:10 on the game clock. Bounce pass. White dribble handoff with Bravo. Bravo takes it right at Howard. Got her up in the air, but she traveled. Clock stopped at 3:02 here in the fourth quarter. Dominican ball trailing by a dozen. Still time left here for Dominican. So they need scores and stops, and ideally three-pointers. Timeout, Bill Diener. We'll step aside here on the CACC Network. 2:56 to play here in the fourth quarter. .256 remaining here in the fourth quarter, coming out of the Dominican timeout. Nunez triggers it in to DeMarsco. Nunez, DeMarsco. Three ball in the left corner. It is short, and White with the rebound. Dominican needed that one. They don't get it. And Stevenson now on the other end slowing it down for the Eagles. 20 on the shot clock, 2:37 on the game clock. Their conference opener, Eagles have looked impeccable. Bravo, back out. 3 on the shot clock, Stevenson a 3. Howard, back up top, Endicaba. Back to Howard, she drives, and we get a blocking foul called on White with exactly 2 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. So it'll be Kayla Howard going back to the free throw line where she is 6 for 9 here in this one. Santiago will check back in. White will check out. That was White's 4th personal foul. Excuse me, no, that was White's 5th personal foul, so she is done. She just fouled out as Howard can't connect on the first of 2. Tough miss from the line for Howard. I believe Naj White, so Naj White officially out of the game fouls out with 5 personal fouls. Howard gets the back end of 2. 1 for 2, and that trip to line was Howard. Bravo ahead to Stevenson, and she will slow it down. Under 2 minutes to play, 11-point game. Stevenson recognizes the scenario here. Now Pagan between the rings, sitting on it, 10 on the shot clock. Bravo fouled on the floor by Howard with 1:36 remaining here in regulation. Eagles an 11-point lead, looking good. Barring a miracle here by Dominican. Looks like the Eagles will pick up a win in their conference opener as they open CACC play with a bang. Just an all-around stellar performance by the Eagles. Kayla Howard did do them in. Put up 27 points on them, but other than that, not a whole lot of contributions. Ashley Schmidt, 10 points. Nunez, 9 points. DeMarsco, a 3, back iron. Stevenson, the strong side rebound. 1:25 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Eagles will advance to 3-4 overall, 1-0 in conference play. Again, these in-conference games are just so huge, especially when you look at the end of the season and how you match up in the standings. These early in-conference games, really any in-conference game, so important as Howard puts it up and in, plus the foul. She is going to the foul line for a 3-point play opportunity. If Howard makes this free throw, she has 30 points on the game. Just a stellar performance from Howard all game long. Still only a sophomore is Kayla Howard. And a Naugatuck native from Connecticut knocks down the free throw, give her 30 points on the game. What a performance by Kayla Howard. Klein tries to break the pass, nearly take it away from her. Under a minute to play, Stevenson breaks the press. That one is knocked out of play. Side out for the Eagles with 50.7 seconds remaining in regulation. It's also been a season high for Kayla Howard. She put up 22 points in 2 other games. That was against Mansfield University on November 20th, and then last game versus University of Bridgeport, where she put up 22. Schmidt up top, Endicaba. 10-point game, Endicaba into the corner. Schmidt drives it, shoots it, and draws a foul with 37.4 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. So it'll be Schmidt heading to the foul line to shoot 2. Schmidt here in this one, 10 points, 2 for 6 from the foul line. Definitely has been a struggle shooting the ball for Ashley Schmidt, who averages 2.3 points per game coming into this one. Off on the first of 2, that one pinballs out. Schmidt knocks down the back end of 2. We get a timeout called by Courtney Burns with 37.4 seconds remaining in regulation. 84-75 when we return here on the CACC network. .4 seconds remaining here in this one. 84-75 lead for your Eagles. Coming out of the timeout, it is Turner, Stevenson, Bravo, Pagan, and Santiago, the 5 on the floor for post. Turner will inbound. This one not over yet. The Eagles need to hit their free throws. Bravo to the foul line. 5 for 6 is Trinity Bravo from the free throw line here in this one. Bravo knocks down the first of 2 to give the Eagles a double-digit lead. Bravo good on both free throws. Timeout Dominican with 35.3 seconds remaining in regulation. We'll stay on the air right here. Game coming up next, right after this one, it's the men's versus Dominican. Dominican comes into this one at 7-0, Eagles at 5-1. Neither team has played a CACC game yet. So that is going to be a really fun matchup. Coming up next, right after the conclusion of this one, Eagles cushioning an 11-point lead, 86-75 with 35.3 seconds remaining in regulation. And coming out of the Dominican timeout, Schmidt, Nunez, Endicaba, Howard, and DeMarsco, the 5 on the floor for Dominican. Shot off the mark. Timeout, Courtney Burns here with 31.3 seconds remaining in regulation. We'll stay on the air here with the Eagles still leading by 11. Looking at the team stats here. Dominican shot it at 38% from the floor, 27 for 72. And for post, they were 28 for 66, shot at a 42% clip from the floor. Dominican shot it 25% from 3, 5 for 20. The Eagles, wow. I mean, they turned it around from their last performance. They have shot 10 for 21 from downtown here today. Have taken basically the same amount of threes as Dominican, just have made twice as many. Shooting it at a 47.6% clip from downtown as post. They are also 91% from the free throw line. Dominican has struggled in that category, 16 for 27 from the line. They left 11 points at the line, and you look at the scoreboard, they're down 11. So that, missing your free throws, I mean, it can really come back to bite you in the course of a game. Turner needs to inbound it, throws it in, bodies hit the ground. Stevenson and Nunez, I believe, on the ground there. Possession Dominican. Howard will check back in. Simmons will check out with 28.1 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Dominican men's basketball team over there in the right corner, just patiently waiting to take the floor and warm up. And coming into this one undefeated, 7-0. Endicaba between the rings, puts it on the deck. Almost lost it and has lost it. Turner picks it up, and now we get a foul called on Nunez. Turner draws the foul, and she is going to the free throw line. So here's Turner at the foul line to shoot 2 with 20.2 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Turner rattles home the first of 2. Turner knocks down both free throws, and Dominican can enjoy their final offensive possession of the game right here. Dribble handoff, DeMarsco fires the shot, it's off left. Bravo hauls in the rebound, and the Eagles can just dribble it out. Eagles improve to 3-4 overall, 1-0 in conference. Chargers drop to 2-6 overall. and 0-2 in conference. D.D. Stevenson leads the way with 20 points. Kayla Howard on the Dominican side with 30 points. Up next for Post, it will be at AIC on Wednesday in Springfield, Massachusetts. And for Dominican, they will be playing at home versus Pace University on Saturday, December 9th at 12 p.m. For our entire team and crew here at the Drubner Center, I'm Griffin Cass signing off momentarily. The men's team coming up next to face off against Dominican in just a few moments.